For this and for my next video, I'm going to be taking a look at a couple of Tokyopop translated books. Following Tokyopop's fall, they're pretty much out of print now, but you might be able to get them second hand or from your local library, so I think it's still worth me going through them. First up is Aqua, which is also known as Aria due to a licensing issue. After 150 years of terraforming, Aqua, the planet formerly known as Mars, now has more than 90% of its surface covered in water. A young girl named a.k.a. arrives at the city of Venezia, an exact replica of the old Italian city of Venice, hoping to become an Undine, the most coveted job in Aqua. Hold tight and follow a.k.a.'s adventures as she discovers the wonders of Aria in this prequel to the Aria anime and manga series. Okay, so this is a sci-fi setting, and is set in the future where mankind has melted the polar ice caps on Mars, then colonised the planet. By the way, someone should do this in real life. I'm looking at you, the European Space Agency. NASA seems to be skint now, so it's got to be either you or the Chinese. The comic stars a.k.a., who moves from the Earth to Mars, both of which have been given appropriately sci-fi renames in this story, to work for the tourism industry on a newly colonised planet. For anyone who is interested in a plot, I'm afraid I must fess up and tell you that I've just kind of spoiled all of it here. That's all there is to it. Aqua is an extremely episodic, and apart from a few character introductions, most of the chapters could really be read in any order. But the lack of a plot shouldn't really be taken on as a criticism though, as Aqua isn't aiming to have one. It's mostly a comic that revolves around showing the reader another world. This is mainly a feel-good comic as well. Nothing exciting really happens in any of the stories. The main draws are reading about a.k.a.'s nice, laid-back new life and finding out more about the fictional future Mars. If you're a busy person, working 9 to 5 or longer trying to make ends meet, but don't want to be busy and would like a laid-back and quiet life, then this is probably a book for you. The main characters have a relaxing life working as tour guides. Smile a lot and generally have a nice time. In a similar way to how someone who is forever alone might fantasise over photos of models in swimwear, it's almost as if Aqua is some kind of relaxment porn for busy people. Any drawbacks? Well, as I said above, I won't fault Aqua for not having a gripping plot or exciting Aquan sequences, because that's just not what it's aiming to do. I'm not going to fault it for lacking any sense of suspense either, because it's supposed to be a relaxing read. However, some fair criticism that I will throw at it is that Aqua is supposed to be about sci-fi and a.k.a.'s explorations of a foreign world. But there are a couple of elements that fall back on pseudoscience or supernatural elements. As this series was supposed to be scientific, these seem a little off and not particularly well implemented. I doubt you'll be able to buy Aqua new now, as it's more or less out of print. But if you are browsing your library and you see a copy, then it's worth a read.